Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of Conejo Oaks Baseball. I'm Josh Mechanick alongside Max Schwartzberg as we bring you action live from Pasadena, California, where the Oaks are taking on the Arroyo Seco Saints. The Oaks are 3-1 overall, 2-1 in CCL play to begin the year. Back-to-back wins coming off against Compton and OC brings the Oaks looking for a 3-game win streak down here in Pasadena. Bit of a different lineup for the Oaks, shaking things up at the top with Jordan King leading things off. He's followed by Kai Carranto, the second baseman. Austin Carrillo bats third in center field, with Will Joseph being the cleanup hitter at first base, moving from left field over to first base today. Tanner Belkowski goes from first to third, batting fifth, with Ty Walton batting sixth in left field. Marcus Galvan is the 7 hitter behind the plate. Jack Johnson hits eighth as the designated hitter, with Lucas Danielvitz rounding things out as the right fielder. The Oaks will be going up against Caleb Reyes, a right-handed pitcher from Cal Poly Pomona, who's coming off a really solid season. What do the Oaks have to do offensively to continue this win streak, Max?
Well, 17 runs across the last 2 games. They've been executing on all facets, and one thing they've been really doing well is moving the runners in good situations. You know, taking unselfish at bats, moving the runner, which is a ground ball to the right side, and we've seen them just pass the baton back and forth. Obviously, you can say what you want to say about the pitching. It's been excellent all season long. Just 700 runs across the first 4 games of the season. That's very unheard of, especially in a summer ball league like the CCL. So a lot of talent all around the board for the Oaks. They just got to continue to do what they've been doing all season long.
And Jordan King, the leadoff hitter today, has found himself towards the top of the lineup each of the last few games, usually hitting second. And Austin Carrillo, the usual leadoff man, finds himself batting third today. This past spring at Cal Poly Pomona, Caleb Reyes had a stellar year, sub-3 ERA with a 2.56 and 77 in the third innings, striking out 60 batters in that span. He'll look to continue his dominance from the spring this summer as he kicks it off against Jordan King and this Oaks lineup. King is entering his junior season at Harvard University, coming off a year in which he had about 240, and he swings late at the first pitch from Reyes. Off the bat, it looks like there's some life on that fastball from Reyes, as well as potentially some arm side run. As that one's driven out to center field, hit well by King. Sliding attempt and catch made out there by Crew McChenzie, the center fielder for the Saints today. It's a good swing there by King, who's tardy on the first fastball he swung at. This time, he's able to get his barrel to it. But unfortunately for him, McChesney runs it down with a nice sliding catch out there. And it brings up Kai Carranto. Carranto started the first game for the Oaks at second base, hit second in the lineup, but he's been absent from the lineup the past couple of days. Finds himself back in there in the 2 spot, playing second again, as he takes a strike at the knees and finds himself in a quick 0-2 hole. For Carranto this spring at Cal Lutheran, phenomenal year, hitting over 330. Looking to fight off this 0-2 pitch as it misses upstairs. Some words of encouragement coming from the on-deck circle and Austin Carrillo. Carranto, very difficult guy to put away. Just 9 strikeouts for him this spring. As he takes a breaking ball, you can see that discipline that Carranto possesses. It was 1-0-2 count, now it's 2-2. Caleb Reyes looking for his first strikeout of the day. 2-2 delivery. Misses down, 3-2.
We've seen this a lot from the Oaks, working counts deep, especially when falling behind initially. That's been one of the best approaches we've seen really so far this summer, and that's probably why they've had so much success on offense.
Carranto looking to get on base for the 3-hitter Austin Carrillo, who waits on deck. Payoff pitch. Misses downstairs. Great at bat from Caranto, who earns himself a 1-out walk. Now the Oaks have some speed on the bases with their 3-hitter Austin Carrillo up there. Carrillo coming off a year in which he broke multiple single-season records at Biola University, including on-base percentage, which his number was over 500 for the season. Carrillo still looking to get it going this summer. Started off a little bit slow, but earned himself player of the game nod the other night with a really great day offensively, reaching base 4 times. When he's hitting the ball hard the other way, you know he's doing things the way he'd like to be.
Yeah, I talked to him earlier today, and he was talking about how he feels like his best power stroke is to the opposite field, actually. Left center field. I know last year he hit a ball that one-hopped that gate over there in left center field. We were talking about that. He says that when you can really get some good backspin on the ball, that's when he feels his best at the plate.
0-2 to Carrillo's line foul. We don't have a great angle of that right field corner, so we're going to have to be watching the umpires and using the coaches to help us figure out what's going down on the right field line. Still 0-2 on Carrillo. Caranto on first. Reyes fires. In the dirt. Caranto breaks for second. Gets a great read on that, and he'll be in there easily. Caranto started his break for second as soon as he saw downward action on that pitch, and it kicked enough away from the catcher Alex Burge for Caranto to take second easily. Now Austin Carrillo's up there in an RBI situation. Runner on second, 1 away.
Big gap down that left field line.
Carrillo watches that one miss away. 2-2. Carrillo drove in 24 runs at Biola this spring. Drove in 3 the other night in that player of the game performance.
Pretty unlucky yesterday. A lot of hard lineouts, but he's feeling really good at the plate.
As he watches that one. It's ball 3. Count is now full. 3-2.
Exactly what we've been seeing. No panic after falling behind first 2 batters. Able to continue to work that count and put it in a favorable situation.
Both Caranto and Carrillo falling behind 0-2 before working the count full. Caranto was able to draw a walk. The 3-2 coming to Carrillo is fouled away. Already 7 pitches seen this plate appearance from Austin Carrillo. The Oaks are making Reyes work early. Will Joseph, first baseman today, waits on deck. Reyes, 3-2, is lined out to left center field. That's going to split the gap. Exactly what we were talking about from Carrillo. Opposite field power, driving in Caranto and giving the Oaks a 1-0 lead. As the ball kicks away and it goes towards the Saints dugout, Carrillo heads up base running, and he's going to get into third safely.
Well, exactly as you mentioned, exactly what we're talking about, that left center field gap to the exact location, that gate. Just that power stroke that he's found and he talked about earlier with me today. Really took a nice opposite field approach in BP, and it's showing here.
And with the throw getting away, that puts Carrillo 90 feet away from the second run of the inning with only 1 away. And Will Joseph up there now with the Saints infield back. Joseph's just got to put the ball in play, and he'll drive in a run for the Oaks. Joseph coming off his junior season at New Mexico State, which he was outstanding, hitting .360 with an OPS of nearly 1,000. He takes a ball off the plate, 2-0.
It's impressive what they're doing early. This guy on the mound, sub-3 ERA in this past season at Cal Poly Pomona.
And it was in a pretty large sample size, too. 77 and a third innings for Caleb Reyes, who gets a swing and a miss from Joseph on a 2-0 pitch. 2-1 the count. Joseph starting at first base today, but we've already seen him start a game in left field this season. And he lines that one up the middle for a base hit. Carrillo walks home as Will Joseph picks up an RBI knock here in the first. Nice piece of hitting there from Joseph, hitting it right back where it came from. Getting himself an RBI and giving the Oaks a 2-0 lead. Brings up today's third baseman, Tanner Beltowski. We've seen Beltowski start a couple of games at first base. He flips across the diamond today.
Broke up that no-hit bid yesterday, even though the Oaks had the lead at the time. Kind of one of those crazy games where you had all those hard lineouts and then it just takes that little flare. It's baseball for you.
He lines another one to left field. That'll drop for a base hit right in front of the left fielder, Shart. 2 on and 1 out for the Oaks. Oaks seeing it well early here against Reyes. He's faced 5 hitters. Jordan King lined out on a hard hit ball to center. Then Caranto walked. Carrillo hard hit double to left center. Joseph hard hit single to center. And Beltowski hard hit single to left. A lot of barrels so far for the Oaks off Reyes. As that one's in the dirt, Burge knocks it down. And the Oaks already in this first inning have as many hits as they had in all of yesterday's ball game. Even though it was a 7-1 win for the Oaks, they had just 3 hits. They manufactured runs in other ways, drawn a lot of walks, sacrifice flies. This one hit softly to first base from Walton. It's bobbled over there at first, and the glove flip is just in time to get Walton. Eli Watson, the first baseman, couldn't handle it cleanly, but luckily enough for him, he was able to pick up the ball in time with his glove and just flip it over to the pitcher, Reyes, just in time.
Probably no chance for a double play. It was just hit so softly anyways.
Both runners do advance. So 2 men in scoring position, 2 out for Marcus Galvan. Galvan getting his second start for the Oaks. Didn't pick up a hit in his first start in Compton on Thursday, but had some really solid at-bats and was excellent behind the plate, knocking down just about every baseball and throwing out a runner as well. Joseph waits on third, Beltowski at second. That one's hit softly into right center field, and it just gets over the head of the second baseman, Pollock. Both runners coming to score, and the Oaks put up 4 runs here early on in Pasadena.
Put the ball in play. It's what we've been talking about these last few days. Good things happen. We've seen the hard hit, the Carrillo, and we've seen the soft stuff, Galvan. That's exactly what this Oaks team does. They barely ever strike out. They're still yet to grind into a double play, and we see that paying dividends so far this season.
And no better time for Marcus Galvan to pick up his first Oaks hit, driving in a couple runners as the first pitch to Jack Johnson's hit softly over to third base. Johnson is retired. Not before the Oaks plate 4, before Cole Fisher is able even to throw a pitch. As we head to the bottom of the first inning, Oaks leading 4-0. Bottom of the first inning. Oaks played 4 in the top half of the first. Really making Caleb Reyes work out there. And on the mound for the Oaks is Cole Fisher, right-hander from Millersville University. Fish has thrown 1 inning this year out of relief for the Oaks. A scoreless inning with a couple of strikeouts. This past spring at Millersville, sub-3 ERA, 2.19 for Fish with a whip over 2. Really interesting. We talked about it the other day. He's found himself in a lot of jams in the 12 1/3 innings that he pitched. He was able to get out of most of those jams.
Chesney was very late on that breaking ball to make it 0-2. We'll see if because he doubled up right there, so we'll see if he goes to the fastball after doubling up.
The leadoff man for the Saints is Crew McChesney. He was the center fielder who made the sliding catch. Takes a breaking ball from Fisher. McChesney is followed by Cam Conley, the designated hitter. Josh Livingston batting third. Ray Bermudez is the cleanup hitter in right field. Jacob Shart, former Oak, is in left. Eli Watson plays first base and bats sixth. Aiden Pollock is the second baseman batting seventh. Alec Burge is doing the catching, batting eighth, with Tyler Gording rounding out the lineup at shortstop. Fisher is down the count 3-2, and he gets a strikeout.
Bayou is all I can say right there. You saw it earlier in the count. That 0-1 breaking ball, he's just tardy on, and then right there, not even close.
Fisher got ahead of the count 0-2. McChesney fought hard to even it back at 3-2 before Fish put him away. It's the designated hitter up now, Cam Conley. He finds himself in a quick 0-2 hole now.
Nice job jumping ahead of both hitters.
And there's a breaking ball. Galvan thought maybe it was strike 3. Great location there from Fisher. That one misses in the dirt. 2-2.
Well, these Saints hitters so far, while the first one resulted in a strikeout, still working the counts kind of early. Both falling behind 0-2 and both at least working at the 2-2, while McChesney worked it to full.
And the 2-2 coming to Conley. It's a breaking ball that's cut out and missed. Two strikeouts for Cole Fisher. And that brings up Josh Livingston.
Had him guessing right there, way out ahead of that off-speed pitch. And if you're a pitcher, that's got to be a confidence booster. Those first 2 strikeouts, and you kind of read the swings of the opposing hitters, just it's not too close right there, so that's got to feel good for Fish.
That was a first pitch breaking ball to Livingston that misses. Well, Max says Fish's roommate this summer. Have you learned anything coming into the start today?
It's a good egg. Played with my brother last year, so I've learned that he likes to cook a lot. You know, he just moved in the other day, so he had a big haul at Target buying a bunch of pots and pans and some food. So our refrigerator is pretty full right now. Granted, a lot of that is my stuff scattered throughout there. I also room with Austin Carrillo, Alon Camarillo. So it's a kind of a packed house, but it's been really fun so far. I do say so myself.
It's a 2-1 from Fisher. Swung on a missed. 2-2. He's got that slider working early, does Fisher. Looking to strike out the side here in the first. Shakes off a couple of times. Finds his pitch. Comes home, and it's lofted into left field. It'll drop for a hit. Taking a hard turn, but going back to the bag is Livingston. And it's a 2-out single.
One of the most frustrating things as a pitcher. You beat him, little duck fart hit down the left field line, but results in a hit. And as I've said the last couple days, that's just baseball. It's one of those weird games. But one thing that Fish, I'm sure, with his good mindset, would do is say, hey, I beat him there while he did get the base hit. I still am confident in my pitches. That was an effective pitch. very weak contact, and I think that I'm going to be able to retire the next hitter.
And the next hitter is Ray Bermudez, the right fielder today, who takes the ball. For the Saints, they've only played one game up to this point. They had a game postponed, so the only game on their schedule is a 6-3 win against the Riptide, as that one's hit to third base. Making the play is Beltowski, throwing it over to Joseph, and Cole Fisher has a scoreless bottom of the first inning. Oaks lead 4-0 as we head to the top of the second. Lucas Danielewicz will lead things off. Leading things off for the Oaks on the top of the second inning. It's the right fielder, Lucas Danielewicz. He's the only Oaks player that's yet to have a plate appearance in this one, as 8 members of the Oaks came to hit in the first. Oaks plated 4 on 4 hits in that first inning, in which Caleb Reyes was forced to throw 27 pitches, compared to Cole Fisher, who struck out 2 of the 4 batters he faced on 18 pitches. First pitch misses upstairs to Danielewicz.
Gotta say, after that first inning, it just looked like the Oaks at bats were.
That one's driven out to left field. Going back on it is the left fielder, and it's off the wall. Danielewicz rounds first, heading for second. He's in there, standing up, and it's a leadoff double for Lucas Danielewicz.
Well, as I was saying, based off just the first inning summary, obviously not telling anything of the whole game, but Oaks at bats good, Saints at bats not so good. Even that hit for the Saints just completely got beat off it, but it seems like every single ball the Oaks are putting on play, it's hit very well, and they have a great approach going up there.
And already for the second time today, Jordan King steps in. He lined out to center field his first time up there. King was a line-out victim a couple of times yesterday as well, but been taking some pretty good swings lately. He's got a runner on second in Danielewicz with nobody out. Gonna drive Danielewicz in, or at the least get him over, as that one is chopped to the left side. Cutting it off is Livingston, throwing and pulling off the first baseman, who's unable to make the catch and make the tag is Watson. Jordan King reaches on an error.
I'm not sure about that one, but what I was going to say is if I was the first baseman, I would have tagged him anyways, because I couldn't tell, but I wasn't sure if King touched the bag there, because trying to evade the tag. I'm not saying he didn't, I'm not saying he did, I just didn't really see it. That's what I would have done personally.
Kind of a difficult play over there for Livingston, going to his left. And he just didn't set his feet properly on that throw across. Good throw, easily gets King there. Probably going down as an error.
Yeah. Although MLB scorers, we know, very lenient, but this isn't the MLB, so we'll see what Coach Solis would like to do, or whoever's scoring this game.
First and second, nobody out. Kai Caranto up there swinging. Swings through first pitch.
I I just wanted to say, as Austin Carrillo waits on deck, we spoke about that exact spot in left center field, and in his first at bat, smoked it right there. It's pretty cool, huh?
That one's in there. 0-2 against Caronto. We know that he's comfortable hitting with 2 strikes. Found himself in an 0-2 hole back in the first, and was able to work a walk. Looking to fight off some pitches once again, as he fouls that one away.
I think his ability to stay alive with 2 strikes, it really has a lot to do with he's got a very short, compact swing, just great bat-to-ball skills, and it obviously shows in a great use at the top of the lineup where you want guys to make consistent contact. He's your guy.
Pitcher Reyes steps off to reset himself. Danielewicz at second, King at first. Nobody out here on the top of the second. Oaks already lead 4-0, looking to tack on some more. As Caronto hits one down the right field line, looking like it's going to go foul, and it does. Another foul ball with 2 strikes for Caronto. Still behind in the count, 0-2.
And what fouling all these pitches off, not only does it make them throw more pitches, it really frustrates the pitcher. You know, you want to retire these guys fast, and they're just giving 6, 7 pitch at bats. It's really annoying if you're on the bump.
Caronto goes down swinging. Nice pitch there from Reyes to get the young right-handed hitter. And that brings up Austin Carrillo. Well, Max just mentioned it, but Carrillo in his first at-bat roped a double into the left center field gap. Caronto came around to score. That was the Oaks' first run of this one. They picked up 3 more in that first inning. This at-bat already starting off differently than the last. As Carrillo found himself in an 0-2 hole, but takes a first pitch ball. That breaking ball, Carrillo tries to hold up, but is unable to do so. 1-1 the count. Oaks looking to pick up a couple more after 4 runs in the first. The 1-1 pitch just misses. 2-1. Catcher Burge stuck it there for a long time behind the plate.
As a home plate umpire with a left-handed batter, they're usually set up on the inside edge, which really helps them just kind of see that a good scope for that pitch. So more of an easier look for the umpires.
The 2-1 on its way to Carrillo. It's a breaking ball, rolled foul. Two and 2 now the count to Austin, who we know is very much comfortable hitting in any count. Like Caronto, more walks than strikeouts for Carrillo this spring at Biola. He'll put on his 2-strike approach now. He slaps that one foul. It's a pitcher's pitch right there. Carrillo does exactly what he's supposed to do and just pokes it foul. Keeps that bat alive.
Right after he fouled that one off, he stared right at Reyes, letting him know that he's on it now, especially the fastball. Very confident hitter up there, for sure.
Two and 2 the count to Austin Carrillo. Pops it up on the infield.
Infield fly.
Third baseman Livingston makes the catch. It's the second out of this second inning. Well, the inning started really promising for the Oaks. Two base runners on, nobody out. But Reyes was able to strike out Caranto, and he gets Carrillo to pop up. So now it's up to Will Joseph, with Danielitz in scoring position and 2 out. He takes the ball in the dirt, getting by the catcher Burge, and getting over is Danielitz and King. My vantage point was kind of blocked. Was that a pass ball? Didn't look like it was too far down.
I'd say pass ball. It's just seems like one you gotta corral behind the plate.
Now Danielitz is 90 feet away. King on second. 2 out for Will Joseph. Joseph's already driven in a run today with a single right back up the middle. He takes that one upstairs. 2-1. Joseph was part of that string of Oaks hitters that had 3 hits in a row back in the first. And he swings through that one. 2-2. Joseph getting some words of encouragement from his dugout before this 2-2 pitch. Reyes is set. Comes home. Swung on and missed. Joseph goes down on strikes, and Caleb Reyes is able to retire the last 3 Oaks hitters to get out of the first and second no-out jam. So we head to the bottom of the second. Oaks still lead 4-0.
Number 14, the fielder of Cascade Flirting,
Cole Fisher out there to begin the second inning. Started off the first inning with back-to-back strikeouts, then gave up a single before retiring Ray Bermudez via the ground out to end the inning. As the first pitch to Jacob Shart just misses for a ball. Jacob Shart was a member of the Oaks a couple summers ago, but only for a brief period. Was on the Oaks for a couple weeks to begin the summer before leaving. He's now a member of the Saints squad, batting 5th and playing left field today. Shart plays his ball at Cal State Fullerton. He swings through a breaking ball. 2-2 the count. It's another breaking ball from Fisher. Unable to wrap around the plate, and Galvan thought it was strike 3. Doesn't get the call. Counts full 3-2. Fastball misses upstairs. Fisher walks Shart. First walk of the day from Cole Fisher. It brings up the first baseman, Eli Watson.
Folks have been great at inducing double plays this season. 4 double plays turned in yesterday's game against the Riptide.
Showing bunt and pulling back on a strike is Watson. The third baseman, Beltowski, well, the entire Oaks infield is shifted over to the right side, but Beltowski is closer to where shortstop would traditionally play. So there's a lot of room on that left side, should Watson decide to lay a bunt down. Fisher comes home. That's one lofted into left center field. It's a long run for Carrillo, who's able to make the catch out there. And retreating back to the bag is Shart. And it's out number 1.
Nice concentration out there. We were out there during batting practice, and the sun was really giving Austin problems, but he was taking a lot of reps there with his glasses on and trying to really navigate using his glove to block the sun, and it's showing and it's paying off right here.
Yeah, talking to Carrillo before the game and really just talking to Oaks players in previous years, we've found out that the sun here in the first few innings of these ball games is absolutely brutal as it comes right behind home plate. And then as we get to the middle innings, it'll become difficult for some hitters to hit with the shadows.
Absolutely. Yeah, I was out in center during BP, and Austin's like, come here, look at this. So because I was making fun of him a little bit for kind of like scouring away because he couldn't see. But, yeah, as you mentioned, the sun is just directly right there. So when a fly ball goes up in the air, especially like one like that was a little bit lower and lofted there, it's almost impossible. You really got to use your glove well to shield.
And that's also where the experience from Austin Carrillo comes in. Not only an experienced outfielder, but a 4-time member of the Oaks. He's been to this place quite a few times. Pickoff attempt. Might have had Shart leaning. He's able to get back in there easily. That one misses. 2-1. The second baseman, Aiden Pollock, up there. That one's in there for a strike. 2-2.
Straighten him up right away. That front door breaking ball from Fish. You could see immediately the hitter, Pollock, just gave up on that ball. Just thought it was going to maybe stay in, maybe even hit him. And that's how hard those front door pitches could be for right-handed batters.
That one is called strike 3. Pollock goes down on strikes. And they're now 2 down here in this second inning.
Perfect spot, down and away, dotted fastball. That's one of those pitches that where as a hitter, hard to put it in play, hard to get a hit off it. There's one that you just want to foul it off, but goes down looking just an absolute dot. Painting by Fisher.
That brings up the catcher, Alex Burge. Burge looking to extend the inning for Tyler Gordon, who waits on deck. Pickoff attempt over to first, and they got him. Fisher had him leaning a couple times. This time, he makes the throw over in time and a quick snap tag from Will Joseph. And Shard is retired. So even though he walked a batter, still faces the minimum in the second inning, does Cole Fisher. So we head to the third with the Oaks ahead 4-0. Top of the third inning here. Oaks lead 4-0 here at Jackie Robinson Field, home of the Arroyo Seco Saints. This game did get off to a bit of a late start, 6:10 start instead of the 6:05 because, well, we're playing here at Jackie Robinson Field. One of the umpires showed up to Jackie Robinson Stadium, home of the UCLA Bruins.
Wow. That's like hundreds of miles from here, right? 30 miles from here.
30 miles from here. We got an
I'm
answer.
kind of trying to like track that in my brain, you know.
Yeah, I mean, two stadiums with the same name. Just got to make sure you got the field and the stadium.
Is he attempting
The last
to come
word.
back, or is he like, all right, I'll just take my losses and?
No, he's here. That was just why the game started 10 minutes
So
late.
he was gonna get here so early then.
Yeah.
I respect that. You know, umpires were usually always complaining that they're never here on time, but what a respectable young man. You know, he was planning on coming early. It just was unfortunate that he went to the wrong stadium.
1-2 count to Tanner Beltowski, today's third baseman. Reyes takes a while to get his sign. He's set, ready to go. And he fires that one in there for strike 3. 4 straight batters retired now for Caleb Reyes. 3 of the last 4 via the punch-out. And that brings up today's left fielder, Ty Walton. Walton grounded out to first in the first to snap the streak of 4 consecutive Oaks hitters reaching base. Walton in left field today, where we've seen him primarily defensively, but we've also seen him take the mound for the Oaks, pitching a scoreless inning down in Compton. As he's late on that fastball, it's in foul territory on the right side, and it lands. 1-1 count. Reyes threw 27 pitches in the first and 20 in the second. He's at 55 pitches up to this point with 1 out in the third. As that breaking ball is hit softly in the air, left side. The shortstop Gordon makes the catch for out number 2. Brings up Marcus Galvan, who picked up his first knock of the summer in the first, and it was a big one. 2 out, 2 RBI single to right field, giving the Oaks a 4-0 lead, which is the score as it stands right now.
One of those guys, he's not big, but he's got a lot of power. Back at our game in Compton, he flew out to the wall, just close to the Oaks' first home run of the season. I was talking to him about it in the outfield today, and he said, you know, he hit it hard, but it's just kind of straight up, but that ball still traveled all the way to the wall. Doesn't stand too tall, but he's got a lot of force coming from that bat.
Well, you even said something in the moment, Max, that you didn't think that ball was going to go so far when Galvan hit it, but just got so much pop on that bat, nearly went out.
The backspin ball really backspins off his bat.
1-1 count to Galvan. Takes a fastball at the knees. 1-2. Reyes looking for his 4th strikeout of the game. 1-2 to Galvan. It's fouled away. He's able to keep his at-bat alive. Reyes set for his 1-2. Misses upstairs. 2-2. And we actually haven't mentioned it yet on the stream, but we do apologize for the camera angle. There's really not much we can do here at Jackie Robinson Field. This is the best shot we can get that gets as much field as possible based on where we're set up. Scalvon goes down swinging. 6 in a row retired for Caleb Reyes. 4 strikeouts on the afternoon for him. So we head to the bottom of the third inning. Cole Fisher looking to keep this one scoreless. Oaks lead 4-0. Bottom of the third inning. Cole Fisher back out there for his third inning of work. Fisher up to this point. 2 scoreless innings, 3 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 single, 30 pitches through 2 innings. He helped himself out in the second inning, picking off Jacob Shart, erasing that leadoff walk. Fisher working quickly out there. That one misses 1-1. Alex Burge, perhaps the only returner for the Saints. The only name that I recognize from previous Saints rosters. Team that went to the CCL Championship last year, but could not come away with the victory, falling to the Prune Packers up north.
It's already looking like those shadows are starting to make their way out in front of the plate as it gets darker here.
These next few innings are going to be pitcher friendly. Pitchers need to take advantage and just pound the strike zone. Fisher walks Burge here to lead off the third. Second consecutive inning in which Fish has given up a leadoff walk. He erased Shart, though, with the pickoff attempt after getting a fly out and a strikeout last inning.
Fish really wanted that pitch. You could tell by his reaction after umpire signaled ball 4.
He gets that one, and it's on the corner for a strike. That one misses 1-1. Tyler Gordon's playing shortstop today for the Saints. As he gets hit by that pitch. Right off the kneecap, it looked like. That flips the lineup over to the top. And Crew McChesney, the center fielder and leadoff man for the Saints. This year at BYU, McChesney led them in batting average, slugging percentage, and on-base percentage. He hit .340 with a 478 on base and a 547 slug. He swings at that one. Hits it foul and out of play. 1-1. First and second, nobody out here for the Saints. First time in this one that they've really threatened. Cole Fisher looking for a double play in this situation, looking to keep the ball down in the strike zone. Two and one. McChesney went down on strikes back in the first.
Big hole through the left side with King holding on the runner there, but still in double play depth.
Fisher falls behind 3-1. Cam Conley waits on deck.
And if this runner reaches, I'm sure someone's going to go out there and talk to Cole. I honestly expected at least like an infielder or maybe Galvan to go speak to him after that second hit by pitch or that last hit by pitch.
That one's driven out to right center field. It's a long run out there, and it's going to fall. Because Burge had to wait to see if it got down, he stays put at third. But the bases are full of Saints with nobody out here in the third.
And as I thought, Galvan going out there just to probably talk to him. And again, that was not hard contact. Kind of not a jam shot, but just hit softly, not a barrel. And that's frustrating no matter what. We'll see how well this mound visit pays dividends, being able to give him maybe a little bit of a break and calm him down.
Well, after getting through the first 2 innings with relatively no trouble, Fisher now finds the tying run at the plate with nobody out here in the third. Cam Conley, the designated hitter, who struck out in the first. He nearly gets hit by this one. Breaking ball from Fisher. Misses inside. Two and 0. Dangerous territory now for Fisher. Nowhere to put Conley. 2-0 the count.
If you're Conley, you're probably sitting dead red on most likely a fastball. You really just want to make sure you can find the strike zone and not fall behind 3-0 with the bases loaded.
Conley will be looking to drive this pitch if it's in his zone. And it misses. 3-0. Fisher in danger of walking in the first run of the game for the Saints. 3-0 the count to Cam Conley. You have to imagine he was taking all the way on that one. Fish fires it right down the middle. Three-one pitch on its way. And it misses down. A bases loaded walk from Cam Conley gets the Saints on the board. And it's a 4-1 game. Head coach Dave Solis heads out to the mound to have a conversation with his pitcher. We have to imagine this is pitching coach related, as Coach Solis has, we assume, taken over the duties as pitching coach. Very quick visit out there. Solis said what he needed to say, and Fish is back on the mound, ready to go. Josh Livingston up there. First pitch strike to Josh Livingston.
That's huge to jump ahead, especially when he's been struggling with that this inning.
Swing and a miss. 0-2.
I'd imagine the corners, if it's hit right at them, will go home for the double play.
Swing and a miss. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. 3 fastballs, 3 strikes. And the first out of this third inning is a big one for Cole Fisher.
Now you're 1 pitch away, so even huger right there.
And we've already talked about it today. The Oaks have done a great job this season of turning the double play ball. Looking for a big one right here. 4-1 ball game. It's a chopped foul. Tying runners at first. Go ahead run at the plate. Still early in this one. Bottom of the third. Oaks jumped ahead and got 4 on the top of the first. The bases loaded walk from Cam Conley got the Saints on the board. Fisher misses with the 0-1 pitch and the count's even. One in the dirt. Good stop by Galvan. Fisher needs a strike in this situation. Does not want to fall behind 3-1. With nowhere to put Ray Bermudez. He misses outside. Jacob Sharp waits on deck. Fisher looking to avoid walking in the second run of this inning. His 3-1 pitch is outside. 4-2 ball game now. Still bases loaded. Still just 1 out. And you have to wonder if the Oaks are going to get someone up in their bullpen soon.
I did see some stretching down there. There's a big grass area kind of to the right of the dugout where a couple pitchers were jogging, maybe getting loose. Coach Lilly's perhaps thinking about his options.
That one's at the bottom of the zone for a strike. To Jacob Sharp, who walked just last inning. This is the 7th Saints hitter to bat in this third. That one's in there for a strike, 0-2.
Well, you don't have to throw a strike here. Definitely maybe want to throw a pitcher's pitch that you know will not find the middle of the strike zone as a mistake. A lot of pitches in this inning already.
And he gets a strikeout. Big swing and a miss there from Sharp. And there's now 2 away. Eli Watson up there now with the chance to tie this game for the Saints. He swings through that one.
Looked like he got fooled on that one. Kind of changed his mind in the middle, but still a full swing around. Fisher with the off-speed pitch there.
That one's fouled back. 0-2. McChesney at third. Conley at second. Bermudez at first. Eli Watson at the plate. 0-2 count. Pitch from Fisher misses outside. not need to throw a strike in this situation and doesn't here either. Fouled away. Watson stays alive. Conley out there at second representing the tying run. Bermuda's the go-ahead run over at first. Still a 4-2 Oaks lead. Pitch from Fisher. This swung on and missed. In between all the walks, Cole Fisher does strike out the side here in the third inning. And just 2 runs come across for the Saints, who have cut the lead in half as we head to the fourth.
Number 16, Jack Johnson.
Jack Johnson leads things off here in the fourth inning as we have a visitor near us, and trainer's son Koji, and Koji just said hello to Lucas Danielwitz, who's waiting on deck. Lucas turned around, gave a smile. Johnson was the last out of that 4-run first inning for the Oaks. He grounded out to third. Now finds himself ahead of the count, 2-0. Against Caleb Reyes, who's back out there for his fourth inning. He's really settled down after a rocky start, retiring the last 6 batters that he's faced. As he gets a swing and miss from Johnson.
Got ahead of that slider. He's got a lot of trust in that pitch to throw that 2-0. You definitely don't want to fall behind 3-0 with kind of losing the grip, but able to get the swing and miss.
That one's hit the third again from Johnson. Throwing across and throwing off the bag again, but this time Watson's able to make the tag and help out his third baseman, Livingston.
That's 2 sketchy throws now we've seen that kind of pulling that off the bag, but something maybe to pay attention to.
Infielder number 9, Lucas Danielwitz.
That double that Danielwitz hit in the first inning, that's most likely gone at a lot of ballparks here in the CCL. It's kind of a black hole in left field.
Danielwitz was stranded on third base to end that second inning. He advanced on a wild pitch. He's behind in the count, 0-2. Rays needed 27 pitchers in the first, 20 in the second, then 13 in the third. His 0-2 delivery misses outside.
Looks like maybe a cut fastball on that one, a little firm to be a off-speed pitch, but It's always harder ready when that ball's tailing away from you. It starts on the outside part of the plate, and it looks so good, but just stays off. And great discipline from Danielitz.
Stanowitz spoils that one, cueing it in the Oaks dugout.
Gotta say, in the first couple games, we've seen a lot of broken bats on both sides.
What's really different for these hitters who are used to metal bats in the spring is Danielitz goes down looking on strikes. That's the 5th one in the ball game for Reyes, who didn't strike out any batters in the first, but then punched out a couple in the second and a couple in the third.
I agree. We were talking about that the other day. Like, these hitters are using metal bats all spring. They come to summer ball, and all of a sudden they're using some wood.
Certainly a different feel.
Rollovers off the end of the bat, they definitely have different consequences with the wood bat, I could say.
Yes, indeed. As King swings through that pitch. He lined out to center and then reached on an error in the second. He takes a strike at the top of the zone. Reyes looking to retire his 9th straight Oaks hitter, with 5 of those outs already picked up via the strikeout. And King is a 6th. 9 in a row retired for Caleb Reyes, 6 strikeouts, as Cole Fisher's looking to match him here in the bottom of the 4th. Show off the comment.
Looking off the bottom of the fourth for the Saints, number
I can steer you guys.
Bottom of the 4th inning here.
I'm gonna block my face because I don't
It will not be Cole Fisher back out for his 4th inning. His day is done after 3 innings of work. 2 hits, 2 runs, 4 walks, and 5 strikeouts today for Cole. The new pitcher in for the Oaks, left-hander Charlie Decker, who's pitching in for the 2nd time this season. First time we've seen him in CCL play. Through in Wednesday's contest against the Coastal Dodgers. A few scoreless relief innings for Decker.
Player of the game in that contest.
What we saw from the metrics on his pitches, not going to be the hardest thrower, but just a lot of movement on his pitches, and he locates them well. Decker already getting Pollock in a 1-2 hole. Goes with the breaking ball that misses in the dirt.
If you cheat, you're never gonna win. That's fine by me. Period.
2-2 the count to Aiden Pollock, who was a strikeout victim his last time. And he rolls that one over to the left side to Beltowski. Shuffles his feet, fires a high throw that pulls Joseph off the bag. And Pollock is safe. Pollock reaches on the error by the third baseman Beltowski. Brings up the catcher Alex Burge. It's a first pitch breaking ball in there for a strike. Saints dugout frustrated with that strike call.
Kind of a tough matchup here for Birds, left on left.
Well, that was something we noted during Decker's first appearance. These left-on-left matchups are especially tough for the hitters because he's got so many pitches that move in different directions.
Absolutely. Especially those front door pitches. We commented on it when Fisher was up against righties, but especially lefties, it's even more magnified. A lot of lefties stand really close to the plate.
That one's hit up the middle. Could be tough to turn two. To second for one. On to first. Not in time. It wasn't the hardest hit baseball. Good turn by the Oaks middle infield. But it just wasn't hit hard enough to turn two on Alex Burge. Brings up the shortstop, Tyler Gordon. He was hit by a pitch last inning, and it was one of the 2 runs to score for the Saints as he lays down a bunt. Decker spins and throws, and it bounces out of the glove of Joseph. That'll go down as an infield single there for Gordon. Are you thinking error?
Well, do you think the throw would have beat him there? I thought it
Yeah,
had a chance.
I think it would have beat him.
I would go error personally.
All right. Error on the first baseman, Joseph there.
It's kind of rough for Decker. He's gotten very soft contact this inning with 2 errors by the defense. It's kind of uncharacteristic of the Oaks this season.
And doesn't
Now Decker is facing a 2-on and 1-out jam after the error by the third baseman Beltowski and then the first baseman Joseph. There goes the runner from second, pitches in the dirt, and then following behind him and sliding into second is Gordon as Burge heads to third. Big double steal for the Saints gives them 2 men in scoring position with just 1 out, the tying run at second base. This is not who you want up there if you're the Oaks. It's exactly who you want up there if you're the Saints. Crew McChesney. 1 for 2 today with a single. That one's swung and a missed on a pitch in the dirt. 0-2.
Here's the breaking ball we talked about, especially lefty-lefty. So much more difficult. You can't really tell the depth perception from the pitch. You can't tell if it's going to catch the corner, just continue to dip below the zone. And as we saw there, dipped a lot below the zone, bouncing in, but still getting that swing and miss.
And with the 1-2 count, see if he goes with something similar. He does, and he gets a swing and a miss. Huge punch out for Charlie Decker, who's now 1 out away of getting out of this inning.
Doubled up on it. Exact same pitch, exact same result. This one, a half swing, but he most certainly went around as the home plate umpire was the one who signaled. Didn't even have to ask for help on that one.
And anytime you make a hitter like McChesney chase on back-to-back pitches, you know you're doing something right. It's Cam Conley up there now. He walked with the bases loaded to drive in the first run of the game for the Saints. Finds himself in a quick 0-2 hole. We got an early firework. It's not even nighttime yet. Or I should say it is nighttime. It's not dark yet. It's just 7:30 here, but we did hear a firework as Galvan really putting his body on the line there.
Catcher run saved. Galvan had the lunge for that one, way out. I think people take it for granted how important catchers are. You know, the blocks, it just seems so natural because you see it all the time. It's just an everyday occurrence for a catcher, but it still takes a lot of skill, especially one like that. Just so far out towards the left-handed batter's box, really putting his body in the line, as you mentioned.
There's the 1-2 breaking ball, but he doesn't get the call. Good take from Conley. 2-2.
You got to deliver a strike here. You definitely don't want to make it 3-2 and potentially load the bases for Livingston.
That one's lined to the second baseman. Great hands over there by Caronto, who throws over to first. And Decker's able to get out of the inning without a run coming across. Some tough defense for the Oaks to start that inning and give the Saints a chance to score, but then some stellar defense to end the inning on a nice play over there by Kai Caronto. We head to the fifth. Oaks lead 4-2 in this one. It'll be a new pitcher coming on for the Saints. Top of the fifth inning here. The new pitcher for the Saints, right-hander Elijah Hernandez out of Emporia State University. 4.84 ERA in 35 1/3 innings. All of them out of relief this year for Hernandez. Did strike out 37 batters in those 35 innings. We'll be facing Kai Caronto, who leads off the fifth and chops the first one to the left side. It'll be a tough play for the shortstop, Gordon. Caronto gets the first. Probably go down as an infield single. Even if Gordon fielded that ball cleanly and made a perfect throw over to first, Caronto might have beaten it.
Coming to play for the Oaks, the center fielder number 4, Austin.
Very difficult play, especially with the speedy Caronto running down the line. Brings up Austin Carrillo, who doubled to the left center field gap to score a run today. He also came around to score a run of his own. 1 for 2 on the day.
Third baseman Livingston even at the lip of the grass for the double play depth.
Carrillo swinging away, chops that one, foul. We'll see if the Oaks send Caronto here at any point. It doesn't feel like they've had too many stolen base opportunities early on in this summer. Caronto certainly a threat to swipe a bag over there at first. 1-1 the count to Carrillo, who hits this one on the ground foul. 1-2 the count.
Both of those foul balls, breaking balls, kind of the same result out ahead.
We'll see if Hernandez triples up on that breaking ball or if he switches things up. Goes with the heater here. Instead, it'll be a throw over to first. Caronto back standing up. The 1-2 coming home to Carrillo. He's upstairs, 2-2. With Carrillo having great bat-to-ball skills and Caronto having good speed over there at first, you have to imagine he'll be running on the next couple pitches. As he fakes it there, Carrillo looks at strike 3. He's kind of staring back at the sun. Shadows might have played a factor in that at bat.
To play for the Oaks in the cleanup spot, the first baseman number 17, Will Johnson.
Carrillo lets Tanner Beltowski, the now on deck hitter, know what he saw up there. And it's Will Joseph, who swings at the first pitch and lines it through the right side for a base hit. Caronto has his head up and he's headed first to third. He'll be in there easily. And the Oaks have runners at the corners with 1 away. Caronto showing off the speed, going first to third there without hesitation.
Off the bat, you knew he was sticking 2 bases. Knows his speed, knows the depth of the right fielder. You saw before that pitch, Caronto kind of scanning the outfield to see if the ball was hit, like where that would entail the fielder being able to come into. But those are the little things that the Oaks have done right, being able to know the situation, know the depth of the fielders, and to take advantage of it.
And now Beltowski has a man just 90 feet away with 1 out. Looking to pick up the Oaks' first run since back in the first. Caleb Reyes got through some trouble after giving up 4 in the first and then retired the last 9 batters he faced before making way for Hernandez. So the catcher Bird dives to catch that one. 1-1. Saints infield stays back, looking for a double play ball to end this inning. The 1-1. It's hit sharply foul. One and 2 the count to Tanner Beltowski. Caronto on third, Joseph at first. Both picking up base hits. Hernandez comes home. Catcher Burge lets him know that he likes the location, but it misses for a ball. 2 and 2 the count.
Try to get him fishing. started that breaking ball in the outer half and just kind of kept trickling out of the zone till it was well out. But good job by Beltowski to recognize that out of the hand.
The 2-2. In the dirt. Gets by. Comes towards the Oaks dugout and into the Oaks dugout. Caranto scores. Joseph was already headed to second. And I'm not sure if he gets the extra bag or if they're going to keep him at second base. Either way, the Oaks now lead 5-2. It looks like Joseph will not be given the extra bag. He stays put at second. Counts full 3-2 on Beltowski. Payoff pitch coming from Hernandez. And it misses inside. Ball 4. Beltowski reaches. And that brings up the left fielder, Ty Walton. He's 0 for 2 in this one. Swings at the first pitch, pulls it down the line, foul. Walton and Jack Johnson are the only two members of the Oaks that have yet to reach base in this one. Walton swings through a breaking ball. He's quickly in an 0-2 hole.
With one out in the inning, it'll be interesting to see if, just throughout this at bat, if the Oaks tried a double steal.
Walton goes down on strikes. Brings up Marcus Galvan. He came through with a 2 RBI single back in the first. Strikeout victim his last time up there. That breaking ball. It's a strike from Hernandez. Good spit on the breaking ball. 1-1 the count.
This is a giant outfield here at Jockey Robinson Field. Big gaps down the left field line and left center field. But they're just kind of using that left-handed hitter positioning where everybody shifts over more to the right in the outfield. But again, it's just such a big outfield. There's so much space.
Galvan looking to try and find one of those gaps on this 2-1 pitch from Hernandez. 3-1 now. Jack Johnson waits on deck. A walk here loads the bases.
You expect this to be kind of a challenge pitch. Definitely doesn't want to load him, as you mentioned. But a pitcher's pitch hard to place.
Galvan swinging away. Pops it up. Shallow left center field. Talking and calling off the shortstop is the left fielder, Jacob Shart, who makes the catch. And the Saints get out of the inning with just 1 run coming across from the Oaks, who do extend their lead 5-2 as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Charlie Decker back out there. Bottom of the 5th inning here. Charlie Decker back out there for his 2nd inning of work. Threw 17 pitches in the 4th, in which you struck out a batter and a couple base runners reached, but both via the error. As that broken bat hit is hit to second base, and Kai Caranto makes a play on the run and retires Josh Livingston. Quick one pitch out there for Charlie Decker to begin this 5th. For Decker this past spring at the University of Puget Sound, he only had 9 1/3 innings pitched, but had a sub-4 ERA, 7 strikeouts in those 9 innings. And just like Cole Fisher, a whip over 2 this spring, but the ERA below 4. So a lot of base runners. Decker throws a looping curveball. 1-2 the count.
Well, it'd be interesting to see if he tries to go back to one of those breaking pitches below the zone that he's been getting a lot of swing and misses from the lefties especially. Not here, though.
Looked like he tried to throw the breaking ball, but just didn't get on top of it. 2-2 the count to Bermudez. That one misses. 3-2. Decker loses Bermudez, who walks.
For the Saints, the left fielder, number 14, Jacob Schwartz.
Runner on first, 1 out. Jacob Shard up there. Rolled over to the right side. Carano to second for 1. On to first. Double play. Not an easy turn at all for Kai Caranto. And Jordan King was quick to get it over to first. And the Oaks are able to get out of the 5th. We head to the 6th. 5-2.
Pitching for the Saints is number 25. Right-handed pitcher
It was just the one inning for Elijah Hernandez out of the bullpen for the Saints. He makes way for Giovanni Sambito, a right-hander out of the Air Force Academy. 0 innings pitched this year in his freshman campaign, so you assume that it was a redshirt season for Sambito, who is looking to pick up some innings and develop this summer to get himself ready for his redshirt freshman campaign in the fall.
designated hitter number 16.
He'll be facing 8-9-1 in the Oaks lineup, Jack Johnson to lead things off. Johnson along with Ty Walton, one of just 2 members of the Oaks today that has yet to reach base. Johnson grounding out to third a couple of times in his 2 plate appearances. He takes that breaking ball for a called strike. Oh, 2 now to Johnson, facing Giovanni Sambito, who misses upstairs. The catcher Burge let Sambito know that it was a good miss, his words.
Actually, a new catcher, a couple defensive changes here. Cannot see the number very well, but in between innings, the PA announcer was announcing there's a couple of defensive changes made for these Saints lineup.
Once we figure that out, we'll let you guys know. I mean, based on the roster, it has to be Nicholas Lazara. He's the only other catcher listed. 2-2. Popped up. A mile high center field, shallow center. Making the catch is McChenzie for out number 1.
Coming to the plate for the Oaks,
Brings up the 9-hitter today, Lucas Danielewicz. He's 1 for 2 with a double back in the second. And then he struck out in the 4th. He swings through the first pitch. It's 0-1 the count. So that breaking ball's hit foul. 0-2.
Kind of interesting, 2 breaking balls to start the number 9 hitter. You don't always see that, but clearly a lot of trust in that off-speed pitch. Both of them very good, if I might add.
Plus, Danielewicz did rip a double to the left, so
And
they've seen that he's got
easy
pop.
out.
Sambito has started each of the first 2 hitters this inning in an 0-2 count. That one's fouled away. That one's lofted over to second base. Making the catch over there is Pollock, and that's out number 2.
Damn, he really wants to ride. Or she.
for the Oaks, the shortstop number
Brings up the leadoff man for the Oaks, Jordan Kang. King is 0 for 3 today, but has reached on an error. Strikeout and line out. King was the last batter that Reyes faced. Struck out King to end the 4th for his 9th consecutive batter retired. One and one the count now to Jordan. King out of Harvard University in the Ivy League. Finds himself behind in the count 1-2.
There's that sharp slider again. It gave Daniel a lot of trouble. Now giving King trouble. That one most likely in there for a strike, but just the movement's so sharp on it. whiff percentage, clearly.
Sambito looking for a 1-2-3 sixth. As King hits that one to second base. Big hop for Pollock, who fires and retires King. 1-2-3 sixth inning for Giovanni Sambito. As we head to the bottom of the sixth, we'll see if Charlie Decker heads back out, as looks like he's going to for his third inning of work. First pitch here in the bottom of the sixth inning. Misses downstairs from Charlie Decker. He's already gone 2 innings on 24 pitches. No runs, no hits allowed for him.
What's even more impressive about that is that first inning had a bunch of errors, and he's still able to work around it, not only without allowing runs, but very economically, as you mentioned, just the 24 pitches through the 2.
Yeah, that first inning you mentioned, the fourth inning of this one, where the Oaks made a couple errors on the infield. Decker was forced to throw 17 pitches. And then in the fifth, just 7 pitches needed, as he got an inning double play off the bat of Jacob Shart. 2-2 the count to the first baseman, Eli Watson, who is 0 for 2 today. The flyout and a strikeout. And he nearly went down on the strikes there. A breaking ball from Decker, who's asking the home plate umpire where that pitch missed. That one gets in on the hands of Watson, who fouls it away. And I actually beg your pardon. This is not Eli Watson. This is Scott Ryan, pinch hitter from Incarnate Ward. He goes down swinging. Charlie Decker picks up his second strikeout. And Coach Dave Solis is headed out to the mound to pull Decker. An excellent performance out of relief, 2 1/3 scoreless innings. He'll make way for a new pitcher coming in, to some applause from his dugout.
So was that 2 1/3 and how many innings? 0 hits?
Yeah. 0 hits, no runs.
How many? Any walks?
1 walk, 2 points.
Who's this? That's how you spell it, right? Orozco, like that?
Yeah. double. Joseph had an RBI single, and Galvan had a 2 RBI single. And then the last one
Your
was
attention, please. Let's go to the bullpen for the Conejo Oaks. Entering the game in relief of relief pitcher number 3, Charlie Decker. Now pitching for the Oaks is number 23, the right-handed pitcher at Moore Park College, Daniel Orozco.
Wait, I didn't. Oh, he scored on the last pitch. Yeah. Yeah, Joseph or Galvan. You been wind drill that?
Oh, I only, if I'm really trying to ball whenever on the either shot or on the particular certain ones. But if I'm not on them, that's not one. Sometimes if you're
You want me to bring it back?
The new pitcher for the Oaks is right-hander Daniel Orozco, who replaces Charlie Decker. Decker went 2 1/3 scoreless, no hits, no runs. 1 walk, couple strikeouts. This will be the second time we've seen Orozco this summer. 2 2/3, 3 runs. Back against the Riptide on Thursday. Fires the first pitch strike in there to Aiden Pollock. Same spot at the knees. 0-2.
That's paint right there. Not much you can do with that pitch as a hitter. Just right on the bottom corner. Maybe even a little bit on the outside part of the plate for a strike.
Orozco goes upstairs with this one. 3 pitches, 3 strikes. And Aiden Pollock goes down swinging.
Coming to play for the Saints
There's no way this is walk up.
number 18, Nicholas Lazara.
The new catcher, Nicholas Lazara, is up there. Lazara plays his college ball at Trinity University. That one misses 2-0.
Gotta say, these lights out here, they don't seem too bright to me. What do you think?
100% agree.
Not as if it's like impossible to see, but you'd expect them to be a little bit brighter. Kind of a twilight looking night right now.
Yes, indeed. This year for Lazara at Trinity University, coming off his junior season, 352 with a 517 slug, 4 home runs for Lazara.
At all.
2-2 the count.
Weird. Yeah.
Called strike 3.
Here, I'll tell them right now. Our inning just ended. Oh, wait, no. I told you.
A 1, 2, 3, 6th inning.
36 complete here.
Oh, shoot. Can you
As we head to the 7th. Giovanni Zambito was given just the 1 inning. He retired all 3 Oaks batters he faced. And he makes way for a left-hander from Cal State Fullerton, Andrew Wright. Coming off a freshman season in which he struggled quite a bit, but to get 7 1/3 innings as a freshman in the Big West is impressive. He did allow 12 runs in 7 innings, but also struck out 6.
First look at a lefty today for the Oaks.
The Oaks got a couple left-handed hitters coming up this inning. Austin Carrillo on deck, Will Joseph in the hole. The first pitch to Caronto was ruled a strike, might have been a bit down.
Definitely under the knees, but now Caronto in 3 out of his 4 at-bats has fallen behind 0-2, and something you definitely don't want to do, especially as the number 2 hitter in the lineup. Granted, very much so a contact hitter, but 2-strike hitting is always hard.
Well, and even with that being said, Caronto was still 1 for 2 today with a single and a couple of runs scored. Also made a stellar play over there at second base.
Yeah, absolutely.
Saved a couple of runs. He swings at that one. To the right side, diving attempt. And the catch is made by the second baseman, Aiden Pollock.
Wow, what a play. Fully extended into the slide. That's putting your body on the line. Pitcher loves it for sure.
Off the bat, I thought that was a definite hit for Caronto. Looked like it was headed for no man's land behind first base, but an excellent play out there from Pollock. Brings up Austin Carrillo. The first of back-to-back lefties that Wright will get to face this inning. Carrillo tried to lay down a bunt for a hit. 0-1 the count to Carrillo. 1 for 3 on the day for Austin.
You know, talking to Austin a couple times about his lefty-lefty approach, he really emphasizes staying in there on those front door pitches. You know, it's so difficult. It looks like it might hit you or stay in, but they often do find themselves falling in the zone. And he's a very good. He's been so experienced and seen so many pitches that he really recognizes that early, knows that's going to fall back in the zone. You got to put a good swing on it.
It's 2-1 the count to Carrillo. It's Tardy on a fastball. 2-2.
Wouldn't be surprised if he doubles up on that pitch. The other fastball in this at-bat, he tried to bunt at.
That one misses. Counts full 3-2. Will Joseph waits on deck. Carrillo looking to avoid punching out for the second consecutive plate appearance. Payoff pitch from Wright. It's fouled back. Carrillo stays alive. Well, we know how good Austin's bat-to-ball skills are, and that especially comes to play with 2 strikes. Hard to get him to swing and miss. And he hits that one to the left side. It'll be a tough play for Gordon. Long throw. And he's able to get Carrillo for out number 2. At bat from Carrillo. Looks like it's cooked. Got jammed. Broken bat.
Talking about it all day. These bats just snapping like twigs. And people tend to forget, like, wood bats, they're not cheap. You know, it could set you back $200. With one swing, it's over.
Joseph takes the first pitch for a ball. He's 2 for 3 today with a couple of singles, a run scored, and a run driven in. He fouls that one back. Joseph coming off a great season at New Mexico State. hitting .360. And he swings at that one, fouls it away, loses the bat. 1-2 the count now to Joseph. Of all Oaks players this spring, Joseph had the most RBI. Well, that was really interesting. After that miss on a breaking ball that missed up, the catcher told the pitcher what his mistake was.
You don't see that too often, don't you?
2-2. Joseph goes down swinging. Foul tip into the glove. Another 1-2-3 inning for this Oaks offense, as the Saints pitching staff has now retired 8 straight hitters. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Daniel Orozco still out there. Bottom of the 7th inning. 9-1-2 coming up for the Saints. Tyler Gordon to lead things off. He'll be facing Daniel Orozco, who got the final out of the 6th inning. Final 2 outs of the 6th inning, I should say. Both via the strikeout. Between Decker and Orozco, the Oaks struck out the side in the bottom of the 6th. That one misses away, 1-1 the count. In addition to his appearances on the mound, we have seen Orozco get a plate appearance this season. The throw from Galvan nearly goes in the center field.
Pretty interesting backdrop here for the hitters to look at. A lot of trees. Usually you have like a typical backstop with either a dark green or black, just flat thing that goes over a fence, but kind of a different look, especially the scoreboard out there. I wonder if that helps or hinders the ability to hit.
That one misses 2-2. Certainly a question that we can ask some of these Oaks hitters after the game's over. We don't come back here to Pasadena until the beginning of July. As that one swung on a miss, and it gets past Galvan. He sets his feet, throws Gordon out at first. That's 4 straight strikeouts for the Oaks pitching staff. 1 by Charlie Decker, the last 3 by Daniel Orozco. And that brings up the leadoff hitter for the Saints, Crew McChesney.
Now 11 strikeouts in this game for Oaks pitching, so a lot of swings and misses and just nasty pitches catching him looking as well. A couple backwards Ks in there.
McChesney, one of those strikeout victims, actually struck out a couple of times. 1 for 3 on the day with a pair of strikeouts and a single. Oaks doing a good job of keeping him quiet. Best player for the BYU Cougars this spring. That one's called a strike, 2-1.
That one appeared to be out, maybe a little bit up, but you could hear the entire Saints dugout immediately complain about that one.
That one's hit in the air to right center field. Austin Carrillo settles under it. He makes the catch for out number 2.
I just gotta imagine it. Like as I mentioned last inning, it's pretty dark out here. You know, when Austin was in the on-deck circle, we asked him about the lights. He said, "Yeah, it's not too helpful, and especially at the time of night it is, specifically the twilight. I could definitely imagine somebody losing the ball up in the sky, just blending with the dark shades of everything."
When you also imagine it's got to be pretty difficult to hit as well.
For sure.
And between the two teams, there's been 15 straight batters retired. The last 8 Oaks hitters have been retired, and the last 7 Saints hitters.
And just in general, hitting at night most certainly more difficult than daytime. Like if you look at Major League Baseball splits, day versus night games, there's typically a pretty large discrepancy there where the day game averages, slugging, OPS, all that stuff is pretty much higher across the board, both leagues. I'm sure that similar trends will follow here in collegiate summer baseball.
That one just misses downstairs to Cam Conley. He is 0 for 2 today, but did walk, which drove in a run as the bases were loaded. He lines this one into center field. Austin Carrillo is there. And another 1-2-3 inning for this Oaks pitching staff. We head to the top of the 8th inning, 5-2 ball game. The Oaks lead 5-2 in this one. Top of the 8th inning here at Jackie Robinson Field in Pasadena. Oaks 5, Saints 2. The Oaks scored 4 runs in the first before picking up 1 in the 5th. Saints, there was a couple runs in the 3rd, but nothing else outside of that. The last 15 batters have been retired between the two teams combined. It's an excellent job by both of these bullpens. For the Oaks, it's really just been Decker and Orozco, the 2 relievers, but the Saints have gone 1 inning inning apiece with each of their relievers. So it was 4 innings from Caleb Reyes, 1 from Elijah Hernandez, 1 from Giovanni Sambito, 1 from Andrew Wright, and now it's Jace Presley, the right-hander from GCU. Yet to decide where he's going to be playing his ball next year. Senior. Blows that one by Beltowski, nothing to the count.
You know what this twilight reminds me of? The day there was the eclipse on April 8th. I was in Boston, it wasn't a total eclipse, but it was pretty close. It was kind of like a hazy sky. That's kind of what I'm feeling right now. It kind of looks similar.
Beltowski hits that one foul, out of play. He's 1 for 2 today. Singleton scored back in the first, walked in the fifth. Finds himself in an 0-2 hole here. Easy spit on that breaking ball.
Still got a little flinch out of him. Not like he was deciding whether or not to swing, but we'll see if that Presley takes that into account if he wants to maybe double up, but obviously make it closer this time.
He goes to the fastball. And misses, 2-2. Very solid season this year for Tanner Beltowski at Westmont College. Coming off a year in which he appeared in 35 games, starting 24 of them. Hit .268 with an .831 OPS. He's battled in the back and worked the count full. Fouls one right over towards us. Another 2-strike foul ball for Beltowski.
What people tend to forget is that these guys, especially the everyday starters like Beltowski at their colleges, they basically have like no break. It's such a physical grind and a mental grind as he takes a walk playing baseball, especially to summer ball. You know, your season just ends and immediately you got to hit the ground running again for another slate of games. And we're yet to have an off day. Till tomorrow, of course.
Certainly is a grind, but one that these players usually tend to enjoy.
Oh, they love it. I think we do too.
Of course. As that one gets by the catcher, headed to second is Beltowski. Ty Walton up there now. 0 for 3 up to this point. Looking to pick up his first hit of the day, but worst case, looking to advance Beltowski from second to third. One and 1 the count on Walton. One, two.
Another thing that is a positive of playing all these games, especially us. We started on Wednesday with opening day. You have to have an off day until tomorrow, but these players have just grown so close already. And you can just see like the chemistry they've talked about in the post-game interviews, and I think it really does make a difference. Obviously, team chemistry and having a good clubhouse culture, that's so huge for playing good baseball. And the Oaks sitting atop the CCL in the young season and just grinding and playing very well so far.
And that's something that comes from the top down, from Coach Solis, from Mike Sosha. They really emphasize that camaraderie, that team building, because this is a program that focuses so much on winning when not a lot of summer ball teams do. Ty Walton goes down on strikes for the second time today. Brings up Marcus Galvan. Galvan is 1 for 3 today. A couple of runs driven in on his single back in the first. Beltowski still out there at second. 1 away here in the 8th. Galvan takes a strike.
You got to change up your fastball on that.
Got a fastball, I think.
I thought so too. I thought it was pretty firm. Like there was some drop at the end, but I thought it was way too firm to be changed. Kind of off to the side. We don't have the best viewpoint of these pitches.
That was another borderline pitch. That's chopped, just foul. Nothing to two. Galvan is going to be part of what's certainly going to be a competitive catching team. Max Audet, Marcus Galvan, Will White, Landon West, all listed as catchers. All having had success in the past. 0-2 to Galvan, who's rung up on a borderline third strike. Has some words for the home plate umpire before heading back to the dugout. And the Oaks have to rely on Jack Johnson if they want to drive in another run here in this 8th inning.
Jack Johnson.
Johnson 0 for 3 today. A couple of ground outs and then a fly ball to center. Looking to get Beltowski in from second. And Johnson finds himself behind the count 0-2. Johnson is coming off of his sophomore season at Baylor. Local boy from Thousand Oaks. Looking to pick up his first big contribution this summer for the Oaks. The 0-2 pitch is chased. And Johnson goes down on strikes. So after the leadoff walk to Beltowski, Jace Presley strikes out the side here in this 8th inning. We'll see if Daniel Orozco is given a 3rd inning out of relief or if the Oaks switch things up on the mound. Looks like it's going to be a new pitcher. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Oaks leading 5-2. Bottom of the 8th inning here. The new pitcher for the Oaks is left-hander Sam Henches from the Air Force Academy. The second member of the Air Force Academy to pitch in this game. Giovanni Sambito for the Saints, also a pitcher there. Oaks 6 outs away from their third straight victory. 3-4-5 due up this inning in the Saints lineup. Livingston, Bermudez, Shart. A couple of lefties in Livingston and Bermudez to face the lefty Henches, who throws a strike and gets a comebacker. Jogs over to first base, flips it to Joseph, and that's the first out of this 8th inning.
Oaks pitching now is retired 8 in a row.
And the Saints pitching has retired 11 out of 12.
Pretty darn good, if you ask me. I know we've mentioned it today and just throughout the season, but that is extra impressive in summer ball, where all these very offensive college baseball leagues, they come together, and the CCL, which is also known for that, is he swords them right there.
Yeah, it really is different to see all these pitching duels that we've been seeing.
I think that just further shows how impressive this and how competitive the CCL is. Because these are all great hitters, too. Don't get us wrong.
One count to the right fielder, Ray Bermudez. 0 for 1 today with a couple of walks. He takes a 1-1 pitch that just misses. Had Galvan been able to hold on to that one, might have been ruled a strike.
Galvan still stuck the frame, just trying to plead his case with the home plate umpire. Maybe dropping that ball could have cost it, but as we mentioned, we don't have the best view. We don't have the best scope of the strike zone, and TrackMan not here with us on the road.
That one gets a piece of Bermudez, and he heads over to first. Looked like he check swung, and some members of the Oaks thought that might have been a foul ball, but no complaint from head coach Dave Solis. Solis trying to make eye contact with Galvan, basically trying to ask him if he thought it hit the bat or got bone. Bermudez takes the hit by pitch. Snaps the streak of 8 consecutive Saints hitters retired.
There's that front door breaking ball. Kind of, you could see from the reaction of Shart, he kind of turned his shoulder and thinking that that could have hit him, but it just dropped right there for the zone. So difficult with that same side matchup, especially at night, where we mentioned it's kind of hard to see, and the lights seem to be more dim than you would think. There it is again. Same exact thing, same exact result. You could see Shart just kind of move his shoulder in, really working well for Henches.
It's been kind of a tough day for Shart at the plate. He walked, but then was picked off, and then struck out and grounded into a double play. He's able to spoil this one and keep his at-bat alive. There's another right-hander warming up for the Saints. So it looks like once again just the one inning for a Saints reliever. Oh, 0-2 the count to Shart. He watches that one all the way in. A pitch that looked like it was a strike for a long time. He watches it miss off the plate. The 1-2 is a pitch in the dirt that's swung on and missed from Shart. Headed into second safely is Bermudez. but Sam Henches is able to pick up a strikeout.
I got to say, that ball looked like it bounced about 4 or 5 feet in front of the plate. The Shark just did not look comfortable all at bat. Kind of jumping out of the way, those pitches that ended up finding the heart of the plate with the front door pitch, and then just waving and missing at that pitch. Spiked well in front of the plate.
And now it's up to the pinch hitter, Scott Ryan, who entered the game for first baseman Eli Watson. Ryan takes a strike on the inside corner in his only plate appearance today. Ryan went down on strikes. He entered the game in the 6th inning of this one. Breaking ball in the dirt from Hentage. Henches 1-1. There is a pinch hitter on the on-deck circle for the Saints, and he would represent the tying run should Scott Ryan extend this inning. Henches comes home. Throws a breaking ball that misses upstairs. 2-1.
Looked like he wanted the back door that one. You could see Galvan set up on the outside part of the plate, but he just missed up. Perhaps kind of released the ball a little bit late. That's what you see when that ball sails high, especially when trying to pitch to the opposite part of the plate.
Oh, and nearly gets Ryan, who backs out of the way. 3-1. With the tying run waiting on deck. This could be the last batter for Sam Henches. The 3-1 pitch coming. Swan a miss. Count is now full.
Maybe he goes back to that. That was absolutely by him. Almost in the glove when he started swinging.
Got to get this guy right here if you're Henches. Don't want the tying run to come up to the plate. 3-2, runner on second. The payoff pitch. Upstairs, ball 4. The tying run makes its way to home plate. And it is going to be in the form of a pinch hitter. It's going to be Peter Worth, who came in this game defensively to play second base. Worth represents the tying run. Takes a big swing at the first pitch. Fouls it off his shin or his ankle.
He doesn't have that leg guard. He's in definitely a lot of pain. A lot of time you see those guys wearing like an Evo shield or something on their left leg to protect that. But one of those that immediately after it went straight to the shin, and clearly, as we all know, not a lot of meat down there. That's got to be painful.
Worth walks it off. He's ready to go. Henches looks to second. Comes home. Breaking ball. Called strike. 0-2 the count. Sam Henches looking for a big strikeout. Looking to get the Oaks back in the dugout. 0-2. First and second. 2 outs. Tying run at the plate. The pitch from Henches is outside. Has a couple pitches that he can waste. Didn't need to be too fine with that 0-2 pitch as it missed his outside. Bermuda's at second. Ryan at first. Long hold. The pitch. Breaking ball. Good leave there by Worth. The more pitches he sees, the more comfortable Peter Worth is going to become up there.
Gotta fire a strike in here. Don't want to make it full because then the runners will be off.
The deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, and 2 on. Here in the bottom of the 8th inning. The pitch from Henches is up and away. Count is now full. Both runners will be on the move. A ball on the gap likely scores Ryan. Nicholas Lazaro waits on deck. Henches ready for a 3-2 pitch. Fires. Ball 4. An unbelievable plate appearance from Peter Worth, who fell behind 0-2 and took 3 borderline pitches before drawing the walk and bringing Sam Hench's day to a close. Coach Dave Solis heads out to the mound. We'll see if he makes a change or if he allows Henches another batter.
He's going to leave him in.
Trusting his guy. Very quick visit. Might have just been, you got another one in you?
Calm him down. Say, hey, you got a great defense behind you. Maybe you got to trust him. Obviously, 2 errors in this game for the Oaks. Very uncharacteristic, but from what we've seen from this sample size all season long, the pitching's been amazing and the defense been just as spectacular. Big spot in this game here with the go-ahead run at the plate.
Tying run at first. Go-ahead run at the plate. Nicholas Lazara. His first at-bat of the day. Takes a first pitch strike. Lazara out of Trinity University hit .350 this past spring. He evens the count out 1. 4 home runs for Lazara. 38 driven in. A home run here. Flips the script in this one and gives the Saints a 6-5 lead. The 1-1 from Henches. It's fouled into the Saints dugout. 1-2.
Looked like he was way out ahead of a fastball there. Probably cheating on it.
We'll see if Henches flips over the breaking ball or it goes back to the fastball. Bases are loaded. The 1-2 pitch is a breaking ball that just misses outside. The Oaks dugout was ready to erupt with that call, but it was ruled a ball, and the count evens up 2-2. Bermuda's at third, Ryan at second, Worth at first. The go-ahead run, Lazara at the plate. 2-2 pitch from Sam Henches is called strike 3. Catches the top of the strike zone, and Sam Henches gets himself in and out of trouble here in the 8th inning, and the Oaks are 3 outs away from their 3rd consecutive victory. We've reached the top of the ninth
What the?
here at Jackie Robinson Field in Pasadena. That one's hit softly to first. Danielitz lines out softly to first. Brings up the top of the lineup in Jordan King. In their first strike, 1-1. Just misses below the zone. 2-1 the count.
We saw that pitch called to Kai Caranto in his last at bat. That low strike, that kind of some inconsistencies behind the plate.
2-1 the count to Jordan King. Ooh! He gets hit by that one.
Right on the forearm or the wrist, it looked like. Shaking his arm out to try to get the pain gone, but that did not sound good. Ouch.
That ball jumped off of his arm. Yoshi out there, trainer with Coach Solis. Just walking down the line with Jordan, who seems to be okay as Yoshi heads back to the dugout.
Second baseman number 7, Kai Caranto.
That brings up Kai Caranto. Caranto has reached a couple of times, scored a couple of runs today. Singled and walked. Takes the ball down. Caranto's also shown off his defensive ability. Big spot in this game, 4-2 ball game, second and third, 2 outs. It was a tough in-between line drive hit over to second base, and Caranto was able to scoop it over there and throw to first for the out. One and one the count to the Oaks second baseman. That one's popped up. Right side, foul territory. Making the play as the first baseman, Scott Ryan. Route number 2. This is Michael Nunez's first inning on the mound, we should mention. Nunez replaced Jace Presley, who struck out the side in after giving up a leadoff walk in the 8th inning. Now Austin Carrillo up there with 2 away. Looking to pick up his second hit of the evening. He doubled, driving in a run back in the first. 1 for 4 on the day for Carrillo. Pickoff attempt. Getting back easily. We'll see who the Oaks go with in their first save situation of this summer. Bottom of the 9th. Three-run lead for the Oaks. Unless Carrillo is able to come through and give them another run. It will not be a save situation either way for whatever reliever Coach Solis chooses to rely upon. 1-1 count to Austin Carrillo. Jordan King at first. Carrillo takes a ball off the outside of the plate. 2-1.
Looked like maybe a changeup just kind of tailing off.
Good location from Nunez. Just didn't get the call. 2-1. Fouled back. Looks like catcher's interference, or it sounded like catcher's interference. Carrillo's arguing it as it wasn't called immediately, but it
I
sounded
thought I
like
heard
catcher's
something.
interference.
I thought I heard something. That would be his third of the game. I mean, the year, which is kind of insane to think about. This is game 5. I think I did hear something, actually.
Yeah, the umpires are going to come together.
But immediately, like right as he was finishing that swing, he immediately strikes back and points at the glove saying, yeah, I hit it. I mean, put yourself in his shoes. He's probably not actively thinking, I'm not worried I'm going to get on. I'm just right after the swing of the foul ball, I'm just going to point right back. I mean, that's what I would be thinking. Like, that seems like kind of unrealistic. And we've seen that a lot. I don't know if he's got like a longer swing that kind of reaches back, but it'll be interesting to see. I mean, if the home plate umpire didn't see it right away, I don't know how else they're going to, like, what are they going to use as evidence for one way or the other? I wouldn't be surprised if this just goes as a non-interference.
I mean, anyone that was listening to the game could clearly
I
hear
definitely
two
heard
sounds.
it.
First the glove and then the ball hitting the bat. And like you said, Carrillo wouldn't just randomly turn around and point at the catcher if he didn't actually
Not
hit his
really on
glove.
a hitter's bingo card, especially in a situation like this. All right, we'll make it heard, Austin. Let's see it.
Well, they're calling it a foul ball.
Interestingly.
Oaks dugout not too pleased with the call. 2-2 the count to Carrillo.
With the gaps open, you got a really fast Jordan King on first. You can make it hurt.
2-2 is lined over into right field. Austin Carrillo picks up a base hit. He takes a long turnaround first, heads back to the bag, and instead of reaching on a catcher's interference, Carrillo just wanted to add to his batting average, add to the hit column. He picks up a knock.
Hey, ball don't lie. That's all I'm going to say.
That's the second hit of the day for Austin Carrillo. And Will Joseph has a chance to give the Oaks some insurance here in the ninth. They already lead 5-2, but Jordan King is over there at third base with two-way here in the ninth.
And remember the Oaks' 5th run they got from a pass ball, wild pitch. Interesting to see if something like that happens again with another run 90 feet.
Joseph hits that one on the ground to second base. Second baseman is there. Throws out Joseph as we head to the bottom of the ninth. First save situation this summer for the Oaks. And it looks like it's going to be right-hander Reagan Gale out there to close it for the Oaks. Bottom of the ninth inning here. Oaks lead 5-2. Looking to pick up their third consecutive victory. Looking to start CCL play 3-1. 4-1 overall. If you count the win versus the Coastal Dodgers in the season opener. The right-hander Reagan Gale in there for the first save situation this summer for the Oaks. Gale redshirted at Houston Christian this past year.
Gale closed out that first game of the season on Wednesday against the Dodgers. Struck out one in that final inning, had 2 strikeouts in the outing as a whole.
He'll be facing 9-1-2 in this Saints lineup. It's Tyler Gordon to lead things off.
2-0 count, 9-hitter. I'd imagine, unless it's right there, he's probably going to be taken here. Try to get anything to get a base runner.
Well, he's ahead of the count 3-0 now against Gale. Definitely be taken all the way here. As you said, Max, they just need a base runner to start things off here in the ninth. And they get one indeed. A 4-pitch walk to begin this ninth for Gale. That brings up the top of the lineup in Crew McKenzie. Brings up Crew McKenzie. McKenzie today, 1 for 4 with a single, a couple of strikeouts. As that eliminates the double play possibility with the first pitch being wild. And Reagan Gale has thrown 5 pitches, 5 balls up to this point.
I mean, if I was Galvan, I would probably just go out to talk to him, just to kind of calm him down, get his bearings, maybe just give him time to collect himself.
It's a dangerous hitter up there in McKenzie.
But usually it just takes that first strike, and then they feel a lot better about themselves, trust their pitches more again. So hopefully he fires that here.
2-0. Surely these Saints are taking now until they get a strike.
I'd for sure say so.
6 straight balls to begin the outing for Gale. There's the first strike of his appearance. Right down the middle. Hopefully he finds something with that pitch and is able to settle in from here.
Kind of some mock cheers from the Saints dugout after that.
Gale looking for a sign on a 2-1 pitch. Here it comes. There goes the runner. Throw to third. Not in time. It's very risky to steal third in the ninth when you're down 3.
Especially when this guy's had some trouble finding the zone. But, I mean, at this point, that run doesn't matter. Just focus on getting the hitter. I mean,
it was also a situation, too, because Gale's been struggling a little bit. As the runner on second, you know all he's focusing on is throwing a strike. And Gale wasn't looking at the runner at second at all, which you don't got to worry about it if you're the Oaks. A couple runs to work with.
I mean, the Oaks will take a ground out that might score the runner, just exchange it out at this point. But obviously you'd love a strikeout or some sort of out that doesn't score him.
Payoff pitch is taken just below the knees.
Well, now the double play's in play. But definitely concerned walking the first 2 hitters for Gale.
And that brings the tying run to the plate in the form of Cam Conley. Conley today, 0 for 3 at the plate. He walked with the bases loaded. Representing The tying run for the Arroyo Seco Saints.
Be interesting to see if they send him at first base to try to stay out of a double play, or if Galvan would even throw, because you got to run there.
It's another one in the dirt. No runs have been scored in this ball game since the 5th inning. That was in the top of the 5th, and the Oaks scored on a wild pitch. Since then, scoreless. So there goes a runner. The throw down from Galvan is not in time. 2nd and 3rd. Not sure. Looks like that was ruled a strike. 2-1. No double play in order anymore. Tying run, Conley at the plate. Potential winning run, and Livingston waits on deck. The 2-1 is chopped on the ground to third base. Beltowski sets his feet, throws across. Good stretch by Joseph to keep his foot on the bag and pick up a massive first out in this 9th inning.
The Oaks will absolutely exchange an out, I should say, for a run. It stinks to allow another run, especially in the 9th inning, but that's so crucial to be able to finally pick up that first out of the inning.
And it brings up the 3-hitter for the Saints, Josh Livingston. Now it's Livingston who's up there representing the tying run. As Tyler Gordon came in to score on that ground out. McChesney waits at second. Pitch misses up and away to Josh Livingston. Gale looks at the runner at second, comes home. In there for a strike. Evens up the count at 1. Getting that first out on that ground ball is huge from Gale, who really struggled to find the plate through the first few batters he's faced. There goes the runner again. Throw from Galvan, not in time.
That was a great jump. More rare, for sure, to see third base, or at least a stolen a base attempt for third base with the front door open with the lefty at the plate, but you could see he was kind of dancing around in the pitches prior, and just really no chance there for Galvan. He just had such a good jump.
The 2-1. 3-1. A walk here puts the tying run aboard and brings the go-ahead run to the plate. The runner at third does not mean anything. The Oaks are more than happy to trade an out for a run. 3-1 from Gale. Downstairs, ball 4. The tying run is at first base. Go-ahead run at the plate. And that'll prompt a mound visit from head coach Dave Solis. We'll see if they pull Reagan Gale. I'm not sure if there's any action down in the Oaks bullpen.
There is the double play in possibility now with the runner on first, but still unideal to walk right there. Again, that's going to be the third walk of the inning. It looks like they're going to stick with them. We saw this with Henches, showing a lot of faith in his guys. Maybe Gale could take that as some confidence right here.
Well, we did just get a report from the Oaks bullpen. And there is a right-hander warming up. It's Jaden Valdez. Excellent reporting from our statistician, Ryan. First and third. 1 out here on the bottom of the 9th inning. Oaks lead 5-3. Livingston at first representing the tying run. As this one's lofted into shallow center field, that's going to be a tough play, and it's going to drop for a hit. Coming in to score is McChenzie. And all of a sudden, this is a one-run game with the tying run in scoring position and the winning run on base.
Very frustrating for the Oaks. Gale beat him on that pitch, the soft contact, but sometimes it just finds grass. Nothing you can do, it's a hang with them.
Brings up Jacob Shart. A chance to turn his day around as he drives one out to deep center field. Carrillo goes back, and he makes the catch.
No, he didn't.
Oh, he does not make the catch. It's a ground rule double. And this ball game is tied. Carrillo lunged for it. I lost the ball in the dirt as it skipped over the fence. And all of a sudden, the winning run is 90 feet away with one out here in the ninth. For Jacob Shart, it had been a disastrous day at the plate for him. Was picked off after walking, has struck out a couple of times and grounded into a double play. But no bigger hit in this one than that double from Jacob Shart to tie up this ball game and give the Saints a great chance to walk it off with Scott Ryan up there. Ryan takes the ball inside.
Infield in and the outfield playing in. They're going to give up anything that's medium depth because they know that the winning run's on third.
And that's called a strike on the inside corner. The Saints dugout, neither can the batter, Ryan, believe it. One count, Scott Ryan, who gets jammed and fouls it into the Oaks dugout. 1-2. The Oaks infield is in. The outfield is as shallow as they can be. Reagan Gale looking for a strikeout of Scott Ryan. 1-2 is the count. Bermuda's on third. The pitch. And it hits Ryan. On a 1-2 pitch from Gale, he misses up and in.
Now
and
there's
the
a
bases are loaded.
base.
Not the worst case for the Oaks, but in a 1-2 count, looking for a strikeout. Now there's the force at any base. The Oaks are going to keep the corners in. And we'll see, right as of right now, the middle infield is back.
Double play depth for them, but corners in.
And they're going to shift the middle infielders from double play depth to about halfway. They can make the decision on their own. And now the infield comes in. First pitch. Ball to Peter Worth, who did not start this game. Came in as a defensive replacement and has walked. The winning run, Bermudez waits at third. Infield is in for the Oaks. Reagan Gale on the mound. Throws a strike. 1-1. The 1-1 to Worth. Lined into left field. The Saints walk it off. After a scoreless game in innings 4 through 8 of this one, the Saints plate 4 in the ninth and walk off the Oaks to win this ball game 6-5. A truly shocking ending to this one for the Oaks, as the Saints players are jubilant out there in right field. Just an absolutely tough pill to swallow if you're the Oaks, leading 5-2 and this one, leading by multiple runs for this entire game. And out of nowhere, the Saints played 4 in the 9th, giving them a 6-5 win. An off day for the Oaks tomorrow before 3 straight home games, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Josh Mechanick and Max Schwartzberg will be on the call for those ones. And for all of us here with Conejo Oaks Baseball, I'm Josh Mechanick, and we'll talk to you guys on Tuesday.